People who program concerts love nicknames. I know this because I used to do it for a living, and when I commissioned a new piece from a composer, I'd be totally frank about it. You'll get more performances from other ensembles in future if it's got an evocative title. Dvorak, for example, wrote several gorgeous symphonies, but I bet you can only hum one. Part of the reason nicknames work is that they help us to remember the music. Sometimes you'd get it anyway. If I said, "That symphony by Haydn where everyone leaves at the end," you'd know it was the Farewell Symphony. If it was the one with the stupid bang in the middle, it's the surprise. But the nickname of this quartet by Haydn is a bit more musicological and slightly less obvious to most listeners. It's called the Fifths Quartet in reference to the musical intervals that kick off the opening theme. 5-1, 5-1, 5-4-3-2-1, 5-4-3-2-1. We call that two intervals beginning a tone apart, and each of them a descending fifth. Now, someone with a real eye for business, probably someone English, tried to get it called the Bells Quartet. 5-1, 5-1, bong, 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 bong. So now you'll always be able to remember it, won't you? The fifths it is because of the dominance of that familiar little motif and the brilliance of what Haydn did with it. Let's hear how it gets passed around all the players in this excerpt from the first movement. You think it's such a simple, almost banal little theme, don't you? But Haydn really was a masterly composer. That's all he needed, just 4 little notes, and he got this entire beautiful quartet out of it. At the time he was quite old, essentially retired, and mostly focused on composing vocal music, and there's a lot of really exquisite voice-like lyricism in this quartet. I think Haydn enjoyed writing this one. It was part of a set for his great supporter, Count Erdődy. See how important sponsors are? Now, occasionally in earlier years, Haydn would sometimes work a musical game or puzzle into a piece. For example, I remember a symphony where the players play a movement the normal way first, then play all the notes backwards, and it still works. Its nickname, with dazzling wit, is the Palindrome Symphony. The Fifths Quartet has a little game like this in the third movement, although it's a bit simpler than that symphony. Let's start by hearing the notes for just the first and second violins. And then let's hear what the viola and cello do. Yes, it's the same. But Haydn actually wrote them so cleverly that they're played together as a strict canon, or a bit like a round. They play exactly the same melody, but the second part lags behind. And it all still works because the notes have been chosen to make the harmony work too. So here's what it sounds like in real life. This sort of thing is so notable it deserves a nickname all of its own. Oh wait, it's got one! This movement, the third, is called the Hexam Minuet, the witch's minuet. It works like magic, and I hope you'll agree, so does the rest of this very charming quartet.